Hi, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation will be about work and family, specifically gender inequality at home and work. First topic, pay difference between men and women. With full-time workers, men earn more than women. Men work different jobs than women do. Women's jobs have lower social status, which indicate lower pay. Jobs require a lot more training and more difficult working environment than can be taken by men and women. However, men get paid more due to certain job conditions. As for example, according to our book, truck drivers that are men earn more than nurse aides by 49%. Men jobs can be more preferable than other jobs. Men can be seen shown as stronger and more efficient than women in jobs, such as a construction worker can be stronger than a nurse. In our book, women's median pay were 83% of men's pay. Some jobs can be displayed as more male dominant, such as a truck driver, than a woman's job can display with more pay for men. The gender gap in top corporate jobs. There was an increase of women's VP and CEOs in corporate jobs between the times of 1996 and 2005. However, in a study, it was found that female CEOs' pay was much lower than a men CEOs. There was a big wage gap between men and women. Some firms might permanently pay females lower salaries than men due to gender bias, such as different skills or productivity a man and a woman can perform. As our second topic, intensive motherhood. It's a parenting style that involves a lot of time and energy put into a child's development and care. It is more common for mothers to take that route instead of fathers. Surprisingly, a woman's employment rates went up significantly after the late 1960s. Mothers spent time with their children increased. Mothers prioritized their children's success more than themselves, such as sleeping less and doing less for themselves mentally and physically. Keeping up with their children's development can take a lot of their day up, especially when they have other tasks to do. Trying to be good enough. According to a study, it talks about how mothers try their best to be good enough for their children. The amount of pressure having to be a good mother results in many women having the lack of balance and time. As for women that work and are full-time mothers, guilt is very present in their lives. As for example, balancing the time to spend with children and work. A mother talks about how she sets a timer to spend time with her kids, but feels so much guilt, how she's thinking about finish a deadline for a presentation, and how much she wants to play with her kids before bedtime. Mothers feel intense guilt and pressure on whether they ask themselves, are they ever good enough for their children? Continuing, intensive motherhood can cause emotions such as guilt and a lack of balance. According to our article, intensive motherhood can show children that parenting can be different and show different interactions when children play. Intensive motherhood can reframe children, such as creating a change for our children and the community through communication and parenting our children. Good mothers can take the route of intensive motherhood. Lastly, involved father ideal. Involved father ideal is where children where a father is there for their children emotionally and nurturing way. Now, in our time when fathers are asked to describe their responsibility, it is changed to how important it is to involve themselves in their children's life rather than being there economically and financially, where most people get offended by it. It is more common now for fathers to embrace their involvement in their children's lives. New caring masculinity. In Germany, there was a study analyzed of how a founder of a business can shape themselves as an involved father in three ways. Firstly, they transmit a caring new way rather than a dominant ideal one. Fathers want to be more than a breadwinner of the family, they want to spend more time with their children and family. Secondly, balancing time spent at work and family. Fathers are now making compromises and prioritizing family commitments and time. Lastly, creating a supportive environment for involved fathers. Having a helpful and encouraging environment is beneficial for the well-being of their family and children. Also, achieving the true gender equality. For our questions, first one, in your opinion, do you think there's a pay equality between men and women? If so, why? And if not, why not? Have you ever experienced any of the topics that were presented to you today, or do you know anyone that has? Lastly, thank you. I hope you enjoyed.